We just heard from CFPB, from OMB Director Mick Mulvaney saying that he's issued a 30-day moratorium on new regulations from the CFPB. Do his actions stand?
Look, my view is there is an acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. It's the one that Congress designated in the statute itself. The law says that if the director is unavailable, that would be Rich Gordry, unavailable because he resigned, the deputy director, that would be Leandra English, automatically becomes the acting director. Nobody needs to appoint her. Nobody needs to do anything. That's what Congress wrote into the law, and that's what was signed by the president. And so the acting director right now is Leandra English.
Okay, but you have a situation where Barney Frank, obviously one of the two co-writers on Dodd-Frank, saying that he agrees with you. Lawrence Tribe, a prominent attorney, constitutional attorney, says he agrees with you. But Senator, candidly, the administration, the President of the United States, says otherwise. So to folks outside of Washington, all they're looking at this is who should they believe?
Look, the thing has gone to court now, but let's be clear. The president is also bound by the law, just like everyone else. He doesn't get to make it up as he goes along. He has to follow the law, just like everyone else does.
Earlier today, you met with Leandra English, along with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Would you meet with Director Mulvaney?
Well, if Director Mulvaney wants to come over and talk about the work at OMB, of course I would be glad to meet with him.
Would you meet with him about CFPB?
Well, I'm not sure in what capacity he would be here, but if he has ideas and wants to come discuss them, I have no problem. Leandra English was here today to discuss her plans as the acting director of the CFPB. And look, I think her plans are exactly right. Leandra is somebody who's not a political person. She's someone who was at the agency from its very inception. She's been there managing, helping grow the agency. She's been chief of staff for the agency. She hasn't been there in a political position. She's been there on behalf of the American people. And so when that agency managed to force big financial institutions to return more than $12 billion directly to people they cheated, when it handled more than 1.2 million complaints, when it went after Wells Fargo and outed them for creating fake accounts, Leandra was there because Leandra is there to fight for consumers.
Senator,
and I think that's what the consumer agency needs.
One of the things that Director Mulvaney just said at that news conference was that he doesn't understand why the CFPB didn't catch Wells Fargo. It's a criticism we've heard from House Republicans during and for several years, as you know. But what's your response to that?
You know, look, I wish the Republicans would just get straight on their story. Because what they've said over and over and over again is, oh, that agency is just too tough. It moves too aggressively. It moves too fast against these poor, pitiful, giant financial institutions. And then when the American public gets wind of what Wells Fargo did and the investigation that the CFPB conducted into this, all of a sudden they say, oh, wait a minute, we're on the other side of that argument. You should have found it faster. You should have been more aggressive. My answer is, give me a break.
Should Leandra English show up for work tomorrow at the CFPB?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's her job.